I have the power!
We've been begging for a good He-Man live-action film for years and years, and when we did get a movie in 1987, it was bittersweet. On one hand, Dolph Lundgren, arguably the best man for the job, was playing He-Man, but on the other hand, the He-Man story had been butchered ruthlessly. The lore established by the comics and the cartoons was mostly ignored, there was no Prince Adam alter ego, and we could go on, but the real ones know how disappointing it was. Thankfully, we're getting another shot on June 5th, 2026, when Amazon MGM's Masters of the Universe hits theaters. The film is going to star Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Adam/He-Man, and the official footage has been promising so far. He-Man fans are obviously getting pretty excited, but if for some reason you aren't, then let me tell you about 8 theories floating around out there that are sure to hype you up. Quick warning, MV fans, some of these are backed by official footage and interviews, while others are trailer-read theories, leaks, or just pure fan speculation, so we're separating the hype from the hard canon. This is going to be a good one, so let's get started. The Sword of Power ties into Adam's return to Eternia. From what we know so far, during a particularly difficult time on Eternia, Adam was transported to Earth for his own safety. He grows up on Earth and only returns when he's older and stronger. According to Entertainment Weekly, Skeletor's forces attack while trying to seize the Sword of Power, and the sorceress opens a portal to send young Adam and the sacred totem to Earth. But when Adam lands in Oklahoma, he's separated from the sword, and without it, he can't get home, and Eternia cannot find him. In one of the trailers, we hear a female voice, perhaps Queen Marlena or the sorceress, gently instructing her son on what to say when he has the sword in his hand. The magic words that would give any fan of the Masters of the Universe goosebumps are, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power."
The power of Grayskull.
This dialogue tells us that Adam has been taught how to use the sword, and all he has to do is find the sword to return to Eternia and stop Skeletor. Queen Marlena's connection to Earth is central. Just in case you're not familiar, let me tell you a little about the lore of Queen Marlena. Marlena, who's played by Charlotte Riley in the film, used to be an astronaut from Earth who accidentally ended up on Eternia during one of her missions in space. There, she found love, married then Prince, now King Randor, and became Queen Marlena. Marlena's connection to Earth would explain why it was chosen as the perfect hiding spot for Adam. Queen Marlena's connection to Earth also plays a key role in establishing the fact that Masters of the Universe is not just one genre. It's a wonderful mix of both sci-fi and fantasy. It's a tale where sophisticated technology meets sorcery and magic, and that's what makes Masters of the Universe so special. Skeletor won even before the movie began. The official plot synopsis for Masters of the Universe tells us that Adam returns 15 years later to his home Eternia and finds it shattered under the evil rule of Skeletor. This frames the story as not something where the hero is forced to rise to the occasion to battle an upcoming evil, but a story where the evil has already won, or at the very least has already taken devastating control. It's the story of a hero realizing his true potential with the help of his friends, reconnecting with his roots, and doing everything he can to protect his home. This theory is more or less supported through the trailers, as Adam is sad that Skeletor destroyed his home and took his family. Whether Skeletor has completely won or not isn't fully clear, so it's possible that Eternia has just been stuck in a 15-year-long war with neither the Masters of the Universe nor Skeletor's minions reigning supreme. However, there's a scene where He-Man is thrown into a prison-like place, so it's hard to imagine Skeletor hasn't gained a terrifying level of control. If in fact Skeletor has won, it opens up a lot of questions. How did he manage to defeat both King Randor and Duncan? Is he more powerful than the comic book version? Only time will tell. Teela's secret heritage could be a huge reveal. Even those unfamiliar with the Masters of the Universe franchise might have recognized Teela, who's being played by Camila Mendez, as one of Adam's closest allies. Entertainment Weekly described her as Adam's childhood friend and a skilled royal guard who's also tasked with finding Adam on Earth and bringing him home. It's also reported that she's the adoptive daughter of Man-at-Arms Duncan, played by Idris Elba, and the biological daughter of the sorceress, who's played by Marina Baccarin. Across the Masters of the Universe continuity, Teela's parentage and destiny have been handled in different ways, but one classic thread keeps returning: her hidden connection to the sorceress. In some continuities, Tila is the biological daughter of the sorceress, who's known as Tila Na, before she took on the responsibility of protecting Castle Grayskull. The filmmakers might have tweaked this lore to build up to who Tila's real father is, or they might reveal Duncan is her real dad through a spectacular twist. In some versions of the lore, Tila grows up not knowing that the sorceress is her biological mother and only finds out much later. Who do you think Tila's biological father is going to be? Will it be Duncan himself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Evil Lyn could be connected to Adam's Earth life. Skeletor is by no means a stupid villain. He's clever, cunning, and makes sure his victory lasts. So, when Adam is sent to Earth, it's a safe bet to assume Skeletor looked for him and placed a guard there to ensure that he didn't find his way back to Eternia. Who would be a better guard than his confidant and right-hand woman, Evil Lyn? This is the theory that the rumor mill has bitten down on, and we gotta say, this is our favorite theory on the list. Some cast breakdowns even describe Evil Lyn's Earth identity as Evelyn Powers, Adam's former college professor and mentor. If that holds in the film, Adam's safe life on Earth may have been compromised from the beginning. Evil Lyn is probably the best person for this job. She would keep a close eye on Adam as he grows up, weasel her way into his close circle, and begin to manipulate him without him ever realizing it. It would also probably create a lot of paranoia in Adam, who assumes Earth is his safe place, the planet where Skeletor and his minions can't get to him. But if one of Skeletor's most dangerous allies is in his so-called normal life, who can he actually trust? That's a twist that would keep us hooked. Even if she doesn't fully appear, She-Ra may be teased. In the Masters of the Universe comics and cartoon lore, Adam had a twin sister named Adora, who was kidnapped by Hordak as a baby. Hordak raised her to be a soldier, but the truth always reigns supreme, and Adora realized her true identity. When she embraced her Eternian identity, she received the Sword of Protection and became She-Ra. Adora's storyline is one of our favorites in the Masters of the Universe, and we think she'd be a great addition to the film. Director Travis Knight seems to think so too, but when asked about She-Ra, he said, "For me, She-Ra has always been a big part of the Masters world and a big part of Adam's story. In the fullness of time, if we're lucky to tell more stories in this universe, She-Ra will play a huge part. Whether or not she plays any part in this movie, I cannot say, but we definitely had many conversations about the character." The director's secrecy could mean that She-Ra gets teased towards the ending of the movie for the beginning of a sequel that might explore her story, or who knows, she might play a significant role in this film too. Either way, if the movie builds into a Masters of the Universe, we're sure to get a fully fledged Adora character arc. Idris Elba's Man-at-Arms probably traded his humanity for cybernetics. Eternia is a pretty technologically advanced civilization, and they've got a lot of futuristic gadgets. Their cybernetics are incredible, and a good example of that is the stretchy long neck of Mekaneck. This one's pure fan speculation, but it makes sense visually. If Duncan has spent 15 years fighting Skeletor's occupation, maybe his armor and weapons aren't just gear anymore. Maybe Man-at-Arms has rebuilt himself into the ultimate battlefield survivor. Many have started to speculate that Idris Elba's Man-at-Arms probably used his technological genius to make himself into a walking weapon. If you imagine yourself in Duncan's place, that decision will not feel so drastic. Duncan saw his house being destroyed by Skeletor and saw his best friend and king, Randor, either killed, captured, or tortured by Skeletor's crew. As the Man-at-Arms, Duncan probably feels a lot of guilt for not being able to prevent this and rebuilds himself to deal with that guilt and remorse. Zodak, King Hiss, and Hordak could be teased. Recently, a lot of pics were circulated online and were claimed to be leaked behind-the-scenes photos and concept art from Masters of the Universe. A few eagle-eyed viewers claimed they recognized characters like King Hiss, Zodak, and Hordak in the pictures. Before you get too excited, allow me to remind you that these leaks have not been confirmed by any official source. Amazon MGM has not officially confirmed Zodak, King Hiss, or Hordak for the film, so treat this as leak territory, not hard facts. If you're not a die-hard fan of the franchise, you might not recognize these names, but that's why we're here. Zodak is the universal enforcer of the He-Man universe. His job is to make sure there's balance in the universe, and he only intervenes when he believes the precious balance is in danger. King Hiss, as his name suggests, is the leader of the Snake Men and is a powerful villain who can transform his upper body into a bunch of snakes. Last but not least, we've got Hordak, the ruthless leader of the evil horde and a tyrant tied deeply to Etheria. Even if these leaks turn out to be real, you can't expect a storyline that fully involves all three characters. They might just be setting up some world building for both Eternia and Etheria, or they could simply be Easter eggs for the fans. We're not exactly the biggest fans of Hollywood's reboot/remake fever, but the first He-Man film was so appalling that, honestly, we needed a do-over. Hopefully, this film will remind us all why we love He-Man so much, and these theories we've heard floating around kinda confirm that. That said, everything we've talked about today is just theory and speculation, nothing set in concrete as of yet. But that said, we'd love to hear the most interesting theories you've heard about the movie. Let us know in the comments down below, and if you like this video, don't hesitate to tap that thumbs up and subscribe to our wonderful channel. We'll be back soon with more awesome stuff for you, but until next time, may the power of Grayskull be with you. Bye for now.